heroes. Here is where we introduce you to the people performing extraordinary activities in the respective fields. We share stories that inspire, impact our lives, and compel us to think. So, if you're keen to know who is the next local hero, kindly subscribe to our channel and share it with your friends so that our local heroes reach out to every house there. Today, we have with us Miss Haimanti Sen, founder of Junoon Foundation, an NGO based out of Mumbai. This foundation works in educating the underprivileged kids. She helps them to get the right to education. Haimanti started her journey by teaching the students in a skywalk at Kandivali when she was just 22. She is the perfect example of the phrase, where there is a will, there is a way, as she has made her way towards educating the underprivileged kids on a skywalk. Welcome to the show, Haimanti.
Thank you so much, Samrudhee. Hi. Hi, everyone.
So let's start with question answer session directly. So Haimanti, my first question to you is, what made you start this concept like teaching to the underprivileged kids? What was the concept behind it?
So I always, used to see children, begging and, selling things on the road. And, it would make me wonder that, during morning times, when they're supposed to be in school, what is keeping them out? That simple thought that, when everyone is trying to get them the kind of education that they need, what is stopping them was made me start this journey.
Okay. So उसके बाद फिर आपने initial steps क्या लिए? मतलब what were the initial steps then?
So initially, honestly speaking, I also did not know, where to go, what to, how to start. So I remember that I was studying sociology and the right to education, and I was learning about how, there are these different schemes available for these children. And so I thought that, my first instinct was that I'm going to go into the slums and I'm going to see that, are children going to school? Are they not going to school? If they're not going to school, to, get them into school. But when I went into the slums, I realized that most of the children over there were going to school. Right. And unke parents bhi काफी motivating the, encouraging the, और वो लोग they used to make sure that at least 10th standard तक बच्चे की exam मतलब बच्चे का पढ़ाई खत्म हो जाए. But after that, I, I went a little further and I came across these children who looked a little, they were not as well off as the people in the slums. They were a little more underprivileged than that. And they looked, like they needed the kind of help that I was planning to give. But वो भी था कि, how do you approach them? What do you say to them? क्योंकि मैंने ऐसा नहीं किया था पहले. So it was like a little, it took a little bit, courage to actually go and speak to the parents. And after you speak to the parents, after you, you meet the children, तो शुरू में लगता है like कि is everything safe around you, ये लोग पढ़ेंगे कि नहीं पढ़ेंगे, and all of those things are there. But what I have seen that is, if you treat someone with respect, they will treat you back with respect. तो अगर मैं उनको पढ़ा रही थी और मैं उनको I was giving them books, I was giving them food, तो slowly I realized that they do what they do. They beg and they sell and they go and steal things because nobody treats them with respect. So once I started doing that, all of those inhibitions that I had कि ये कुछ चोरी हो जाएगा or something, it all went. And since then I've also seen a lot of potential, like तो तभी बच्चे फिर करे, but like 4-5 months I realized that it बहुत सारा potential है, because I have already been teaching 8 years. तो मुझे इनको देख के I knew that if we help them a little bit, they will do very well. And why they are not going to school is because their parents have never been educated. तो वो लोग उनको नहीं भेजते हैं, उनको घर के सारे काम करने पड़ते हैं, भाई बहनों का ध्यान रखना, khana pakana, pani lana, kapde dhona, anything you can think of, even going and getting money, even going and getting food for the parents, everything these children have to do. तो इन सब के बीच में स्कूल जाना और पढ़ाई करना, you know, कोई उनको उतना नहीं देखता था. But what we did was we took education to them. हम इसलिए स्काईवॉक पे पढ़ाते हैं और हम इसलिए 1.5 hours 2 hours में पढ़ाते हैं क्योंकि we understand कि उनके भी बहुत responsibilities हैं and we cannot take it out because you you know if there is nobody to earn money, how are the people going to survive? So you have to let go somewhere. But what we have seen कि ये जो हमने make sure किया है कि बच्चों के लिए because of this one. So sorry, I just put my बच्चे खुद आके पढ़ना चाहते हैं and बच्चे इतना अच्छा कर रहे हैं, they want to go to school, they look forward to going to school. So these are the changes and this is how our journey has been.
So when you went to the slum areas, उनके parents ने कैसे react किया? मतलब were they happy that you're going to teach their kids or what was it?
So number one is that they don't live in slums. These children who I teach, they are homeless. So they live patri पे रहते हैं या skywalk पे रहते हैं. So that is how they live their life. So when I went to the parents and when I spoke to the parents, parents were like, हाँ तुम्हें जो करना है तुम करो. Like they did not have any. तो उनको लगा कि हाँ there's someone who's going to come for a week, maybe a month, and then it's going to be over. But they saw that we stuck around, and after they started realizing that we stuck around, that time they tried creating some trouble. कि बच्चों को बीच क्लास से लेके चले जाते थे या बच्चों को कभी कभी क्लास में नहीं भेजते थे या दे वुड डिमांड कि अगर मैं अपने बच्चे को मैं भेज रहा हूँ तो तू आप हमारे लिए क्या करोगी, थिंग्स लाइक दैट. But also it's like a mix. We have also seen these same parents support us a lot. कि कभी कभी मतलब वो लोग बच्चों को they dress them up, they send them to class, and they go pick them up from school and all of that. So it's a mix. We have also had resistance from the parents beach mein when they saw we were getting consistent, but when they saw that the children were performing well, when the children started going to school, they also felt very proud of calling them their children and telling people ki ha mera beta school jata hai. So since then it has been good. But वही पैंडेमिक के चलते उनका बहुत पढ़ाई रुक गया था, and then we started and then again there was a lockdown, so we have just restarted classes again. So that's how it's going.
What about your family? Means did they welcome your decision or what was their thought process on it?
Initially, I don't know if they also thought I was going to be like so serious about it. And honestly, even I did not know that I was going to be so serious about it. It was just like from a simple thought ki, aisa karna chahiye, I went. But when I actually saw these children and, I created a bond with them and, things like that, I was just like, I cannot, this is what I was born to do. And by parents ke saath bhi wahi initially, they were trying to understand कि ये क्या कर रही है. But once they saw how dedicated I was, when they also understood why I was doing what I was doing, they have been very supportive. Yeah,
Okay, so you got the support from our family, and that is the biggest thing I feel.
I swear. Yes, yes, absolutely.
So you did you take this kids to school? Means like any government schools or something like that, or why did you start it by teaching
Of course.
yourself?
So when I had approached, so what my idea was that I am going to take students who are not going to school and get them into school. But when I started teaching these children and I approached a government school, the government school said that, listen, we cannot enroll these students because, and they gave me a couple of reasons. saying that the government schools provides a lot of amenities and a lot of things to these children, with respect to books, bags, shoes, everything, but what these students do is they sell them off. Then they're not regular, because at the end of the day they do have a nomadic life. Agar police yahan se nikal deti hai, so they will go somewhere else. So because of this kind of lifestyle, वो लोग regular नहीं होते हैं school में. Because the teacher said that their language is very foul, so the other parents do not want their children to be associated with them. And the other thing is that they do not have government IDs or any ID proof ki, you know, we can say ki, if they are not attending school, we can actually go and call them back. So these were some of the reasons that the principal had given. So what I decided to do is that I'm going to take this all on myself. I am going to train them before I send them to school. So 1 year at least, that is our minimum. 1 year a child stays with us, and then we get all their documents made and we enroll them into school. Even after enrolling them into school, we continue their education with us along with the school, so that anything that they do not understand in school, anything that they're finding difficult over there, so we can take it up. So that is that is what our what do you say, structure is. uh, we in 2019 we enrolled from our first batch, which was like 10 students, 10-15 students. We enrolled 6 of them into school, and they're completing 2 years of schooling this year. And this year we enrolled 20 students into school. So unka bhi shuru hoga. Yeah. Out of 35 students from our other batch, we enrolled 20. So it's going very well. It's going very well. The students who have completed their 2 years of schooling are reading English, they're reading Hindi, they're doing maths. And when I started teaching them, I never thought, I did not think that, it would have such a strong impact on these children and their lives. We have also seen families who have been living on the street go get houses, because they were like, ki hame, they're getting their education, their children are going to school, so it was time for them also to get out of this, the living situation that they were doing. So we do see that education is very important for people like this, and to get them out of the lifestyle that they're living.
Really a commendable job. What makes a person more happy, we can say, saying that their efforts are finally being paid off. 35 students are enrolled in school is a huge number.
Yeah.
So, Hamadi, tell us, how did you manage your personal life initially? Like, you were also a student, just 22. So, how did you manage your personal life and currently are managing with it?
Honestly, initially, I was doing like a lot of things. I was studying, I was working, and I was also doing this. So my days used to be like so packed. I used to wake up in the morning. I was working at the school as a drama trainer. So I used to go, and my school used to start at like 7 o'clock. So I used to go there in the morning, and I used to finish school at 3 o'clock. I would then go to the station. I would teach there for an hour. I would come back home, and I had tuitions at home. Like, I used to conduct tuitions at home. And after doing that, I used to study. So those were, my days initially. And then I finished my graduation and everything. And then I also left my job because, I thought that this is what I want to do and this is my calling. Like, I've been a teacher in schools and in institutions for like a really long time, but there was something that was missing. And when I started teaching these children and helping these children get you to wherever they want to go, I just think that this is what is my career. So that is how I managed my initial personal life. And then I had my exams. And, there were times when my students would call me and wish me best of luck for my exams. And also, that's how I kind of, managed, say, 1 year of it. And then things started, like I finished my education and then I left my job. So Junoon was the only thing that I have to concentrate on. So right now, what I'm focusing on is, structuring Junoon a little bit more before I can go and, probably pursue my master's.
Okay. So, Haimanti, tell us how many kids initially you had and what is the number today?
So I started with, say, 15 students, and right now we teach around 70 children.
Okay, so 15 to 17, you're increasing day by day.
Yeah, and the thing is, it's there are so many children like that in Mumbai alone. And if you like go to different cities and you see these children can really contribute, they can really contribute if they are given the right kind of guidance. So, if we want our country to go, further and grow better, I think we need to start investing in, students like this also.
Absolutely correct. Yeah, they are the future, of course, of India.
Exactly.
So, tell us what is Junoon and how Junoon works.
So, Junoon is, what Junoon does is we set up makeshift classrooms where we find these students so that they don't have to go very far and, education can come to them. We have branch heads. We have 4 centers right now, and every center has a branch head and they have volunteers. So we go there every day from Monday to Saturday, and we have a 2-hour class after which we give them, meals every day. So we do that, and we also have extracurricular classes for them where we, indulge them in dance and music. We have, annual events like sports day and, Diwali events and Christmas events we have every year. So that is how, and we also celebrate their birthdays. Like we have given them birthdays because they did not have any government documents or anything. We gave them their birthdays and we celebrate. So that is how we generally do. We also have a set that we have created for them based on, how we have seen they progress. Like, these children, when you initially start with them, they take a little longer to grasp things than others. But that is only initially because, they've never studied anything. So initially, we have curated a curriculum which is for them, and it has 4 levels. So we identify the students in which level they are supposed to be, and we follow the curriculum there. We have volunteer groups where every day the branch head updates what is to be taught the next day, so everybody knows what is being taught, everybody's on the same page, and so that
Yes, okay. So, Amati, tell us how is Junoon working financially? Means is it self-aided or is it government funded?
It is not government funded. We do rely on donations from individuals to cover costs for these children, and we are after this from this year onwards we are looking at corporate tie-ups so that we have like a fixed source of income coming in, because as much as we say that it's a social cause and you just need to be there and do the thing, we also need funds because there is food that is involved, there is school admissions that are involved, there is stationery and books and uniforms, and there are so many things. And even the teachers, the teachers who come to teach at Junoon are paid. So we need money for those things also. So we are working on more, fundraising and finance avenues so that, we could sustain ourselves at the same time grow and, impact more lives. So that is what it is.
Amati, the wall behind you has some paintings. So, are they made by kids which you teach?
Yes, yes, they're all made by the
Yes,
students of Junoon. I will
yes,
send
yes.
you pictures. Yeah.
Sure, sure. They
Yeah.
are beautiful. I was observing them since the beginning.
Yeah. I love, and these children are very talented. Like, there's this one child who we enrolled into school in the third standard. And in 1 year, she topped her class and she was felicitated by her principal, saying, because he wanted her to be an example to the other students for, from where she's come. So we have seen that. We have seen students who are like very good at maths and very good at dancing and painting and singing. So, we are hoping that once they grow, we can push them in, these directions more. But our first and foremost aim is that they need to know how to read and write. Once they know how to read and write, if they don't want to go to school, it's okay because we understand they are good at other things. So that is what we are going to focus on. So, yeah.
So tell us about your mission and vision statement.
So, our mission is to make education accessible to everyone, no matter where they are, right? And our vision is that we want to have this one, what do you say, institution, right, where these children can come and they can get out of their environment that they are living in, and they can come to this place and they can complete their education, complete their vocational training, and go back into the world as useful citizens and citizens who would be accepted into society. So that is our mission and vision, is that more and more students like this need to be invested in, and we are going to take the responsibility of them to at least train them and guide them, because that's what Junoon's tagline is guide, nurture, and learn. We're not going to spoon feed anything. We're just going to create an environment where these children can grow up to being what they want to be, or what they are meant to be. So it's just that.
Yes, yes, yes. So Amanti, any message which you wish to convey?
I think that everybody needs to find at least one cause that they care very truly about and work towards it, because it is together that we can make the change, and alone it is not possible. So let's invest in places that we are forgetting, be it animals, be it children, be it you know um old age homes, anything, be it the environment, be it so many different things. Find a cause and work towards it, because it it is really going to make a change, and it's really going to make you feel happy. I think that going shopping and spending money on food and all is good, but when you use your intelligence and your skills and your funds to make someone else's life better, I think it's a satisfaction that could match nothing else. So
Absolutely correct. Everyone should have a cause and should work toward it. Yes, absolutely correct. So here we come to an end in conversation with Haimanti. So thank you so much, Haimanti, for coming on to our show and sharing your valuable time with us.
thank you so much. Thank you so much, Samrudhee.
Yes, and anyone who wishes to contact Haimanti, the link is provided in the description box below. You can access the link and get in touch with Haimanti and the Junoon Foundation as well. So thank you, everyone. Thank you,
Thank
Haimanti.
you.